Hey guys, welcome to the MC Anime Podcast. We cover anime, geek culture, Japanese aesthetics, and Asian studies. We are a multi-fandom podcast, and you can expect to hear topics in your favorite hobby or fandom activity potentially. You can find MC Anime on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, please check out mcanimepodcast.com, our website. Furthermore, stay tuned in for another episode.
Guys, welcome to another episode of MC Anime. MC here, and I'm back with Mac today as a special guest. How are you doing, Mac?
Hi. Well, I'm doing good. We were having a discussion about an interesting topic.
Yes, we did. And
God.
So for those tuning in, this is MC Anime Podcast. You can find us on www.mcanimepodcast.com. We're on all the different podcast directories, and we have Patreon. More information at the end of how to find us on social media. But without behold, 7 Deadly Sins SpongeBob Edition.
God.
We're gonna be analyzing characters from SpongeBob and giving them the status of one of the 7 Deadly Sins. We have this idea, and 7 Deadly Sins of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
We're gonna have SpongeBob represented. Squidward's gonna have a role. Patrick is gonna have a role. Sandy Cheeks is gonna have a role. Mr. Krabs, Plankton, and Gary the Snail.
Yep.
So, before we get into 7 Deadly Sins SpongeBob Edition, what are the 7 Deadly Sins, Mac?
Well, I think the 7 Deadly Sins is like a personification, of each aspect of how deep can you go with your desires, in a sense. I don't know. I guess I'm bad with the explications, but.
Gotcha.
How can your desires go as deep, and how can they influence on you, and their ending is always death, because each of them leads to some way of you consuming yourself, in a sense.
Yes. So, the 7 Deadly Sins is, like he said, personification of attributes in a person that is seen as negative. So there's
Well, it's not negative.
Well, it's a sin. It invokes a negative feeling. So you have lust, wrath, sloth, greed, envy, pride, and gluttony. Those are the 7 Deadly Sins, and there's been many characters who are based on the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yep.
Now we're taking 7 Deadly Sins out of context, applying it to SpongeBob. So be warned, if we give your innocent person from a character from SpongeBob a 7 Deadly Sin that you don't agree with, just remember, you do not have to listen to us ramble on about the 7 Deadly Sins with SpongeBob to keep it wholesome. So that's my disclaimer right now. If you want SpongeBob to remain just a kid-friendly show, then there you go.
Yep, we're definitely going into this with a straight face. We're not going to make any jokes, obviously. There's no sarcasm here. All pure
enjoyment. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just serious mode, yeah.
So.
Just imagine us as a stone face human.
Yeah. So, let's go with SpongeBob a little bit. SpongeBob, we have a sponge who lives in a pineapple, who lives under the sea. They live in Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob works at the Krusty Krab. He's a fry cook, and he's takes lots of passion in being a fry cook. We have Mr. Krabs, the owner of such Krusty Krabs. We also have Plankton across the street, who is jealous, who has a rival business called the Chum Bucket.
Yep.
And then we also have Squidward, who's a co-worker with SpongeBob, who's also a neighbor to SpongeBob. Just your co-worker you go to work with and you get annoyed with. Squidward can't stand SpongeBob, so there you go. And then we also have
Patrick, I think.
Patrick, who is basically SpongeBob's dummy friend. They all like inner child Bubbles and Goofy Goobers and everything. He lives underneath a rock, as a starfish might do. That's his home. Squidward is in the middle of Patrick and SpongeBob. His house is really in the middle between them. And SpongeBob and Patrick will occasionally yell from outside their houses to each other, and Squidward has to listen to that ramble.
Obviously.
His house is like a big nose with a door. I don't know. Squidward has a big nose, so his house represents him as a character. While the rock doesn't represent Patrick, or the pineapple doesn't represent SpongeBob at all. But if anyone's house is a representation of who they are, except for Sandy Cheeks, is Squidward.
So who do we start?
Sandy Cheeks, she's a squirrel underwater, so she has to wear a diving suit just to be able to breathe underwater. It's fictional, so it doesn't make any sense, but she's a talking squirrel nonetheless. Underwater, whatever. And then we also have Gary, who's the pet of our favorite little friend, SpongeBob.
Yep.
So that's the introduction to the characters. Outside of the 7 deadly sins personifications that we're gonna give them.
Well, there's also 2 characters, right, who also like fit in as deadly sins, but they're like, I don't know, side characters mostly. Who knows?
Well, these are the 7 main characters.
Yeah.
So, but further ado, let's talk about the rival chains. So we get taught economics in SpongeBob.
Oh God.
We get taught economics of the 2 competing restaurants. We have Plankton and Mr. Krabs.
Yep. And the funny thing is that Plankton's whole idea of his chum bucket is literally envy of Krusty Krabs, who holds the recipe of the Krabby Patty. So his whole actual competitiveness of economy, right, is just based on his envy.
Exactly.
Because he can't reach like the same ideals as Krusty Krabs. So he always is like the second to them.
Yeah.
To the competition.
Pretty much. And also, with Plankton being viewed as envy, I think there's many factors. He envies the success of the Krusty Krab while he can't be successful himself. So he sees the secret formula that the Mr. Krabs has, the Krusty Krab, as a means to success.
Yep.
So you can also say when you get jealous like that, it's a means to an end because you're consumed by one thing. Plankton is consumed over anything to sabotage the Krusty Krab, or the more diabolical plan is to get the secret formula. Yep.
The funny thing is that Plankton is so envious of Krusty Krabs that there's an episode of him recreating literally the Krusty Krabs, right? And all its employers and the robotic forms of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Or
That's like the peak envy of Plankton. And there's also others like where he replaces his mind with the crabs himself. God.
He goes in SpongeBob's brain trying to get the knowledge of the secret formula.
Yeah.
I remember that episode. That was interesting episode. It wasn't bad. It was actually kind of well done.
No, there's no bad episodes in SpongeBob.
There's no bad episodes, but like,
no.
I think having a reoccurring plot with Plankton trying to steal the Krusty Krab formula is very funny.
Yeah.
Like, he always fails. It's just like the wolf and Speedrunner. The coyote, not the wolf. The coyote tries to go after Speedrunner, always fails because the Speedrunner is always faster or outwinning the coyote in movies.
Yeah, I remember that cartoon. That was a funny one.
So that's why I feel like Plankton, even though he's the butt of a joke, he is the antagonist of the series. So even though he can't be successful and he's envy of Mr. Krabs' success, Mr. Krabs is not always the best personification, I should say.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs is like his whole concept is like not even giving a shit about success, but mostly about how money he has, how much money. That's the worst part about his success.
Yeah, and there is several animation scenes when his eyes light up and you see dollar signs for his eyes.
Yeah.
So he is a personification of greed. Of being greedy and taking all money proceeds for himself.
Yep, but the worst part is not even spending.
He's an extreme penny pincher. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I can't even go how many episodes about how.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs Mr. Krabs is like on a whole level of greed. Like having infinite money but not spending anything.
Like anytime he has to spend money, he moans and groans. Or he sees those expensive dollar signs. He's like, ah! Like, I don't want to spend that.
Yeah, I like the part where he actually sells his soul as well.
I remember that.
Yeah, I sell his soul, but still keep the money. That is like, wow.
Oh my gosh! It also remembers the episode that SpongeBob is trying to get Mr. Krabs on a date.
Oh, with Mrs. Puff, of course.
Yes, and he ends up dating Mrs. Puff, and Mrs. Puff is hating like him because he doesn't. Okay, so
yeah,
instead of actually saving money, he
spends more.
Miss Puff's attitude for love and gives her all the gifts, and you see like. Instead of dollar sign, he's like in love eyes.
Yeah, that's the only time he actually forgot about greed, which is funny. And then also he was like on two personalities back then.
I didn't forget about greed. He just became the other side of greed. Instead of wanting not to spend the money, he wanted to spend every money to give gifts and gifts and gifts. Extravagant gifts, flowers, a car.
But the funny thing was that he still complained that SpongeBob was spending his money.
Yes! That's the thing I didn't understand. Boy, you better give me good money, but this is something I wanted. And then he went back and forth, SpongeBob didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I think that like split personality of like, this is Puff my name, but you better not spend my money, boy.
Yeah.
Mentality kind of sells what Mr. Krabs is about.
Yep.
He's focused about one thing. It's either basically not spending any money at all.
And then when he has to spend money, he actually sells something else that doesn't belong to him.
Yeah, like the yard sale episode.
Yeah, he collects trash and sells trash. Yeah, nice.
Oh my god, I remember the yard sale episode. He had to sell stuff out of his house.
Oh, that one. Oh.
And he was just dreading every moment to sell everything.
Oh my god. Mr. Krabs is just...
This man really has dreams of money. He just swims in money.
Yeah, even if it kills him.
Like,
You
well,
just want money,
obviously, dude, I don't think he drowned by money. Funny enough. So, but yeah, he just, I don't know. He trusts SpongeBob way too much.
Well, the problem is not that he trusts him. It's mostly like he doesn't pay him.
He doesn't pay him enough.
It's SpongeBob who trusts Mr. Krabs. It's not Mr. Krabs trusting SpongeBob.
You know what? I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's like the reverse way of thinking about trust.
Oh my gosh.
If he trusts me too much, then it means I don't need to care about my trust in him. Yeah.
True. You know.
Yeah, the same way the same way the corporations work, like Apple. Yeah. If their customers like them so much, then they don't need to do anything to earn their trust,
True. I think, a person that doesn't have enough trust is Squidward.
Oh yeah, Squidward, our boy, which is always hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squidward, he hates life.
I'm not sure he hates life. He hates the joys that SpongeBob and his friend Patrick brings to life.
SpongeBob is the back of the house. If Squidward have a job, it'll be front of the house.
Yep.
So he's the front of the house. He serves the food most of the time. Well, SpongeBob serves the food most of the time. He only steps in when he needs to. But he literally stand there at the register.
I'm interested, why Mr. Krabs is so trustful of Squidward to put him in charge of money instead of SpongeBob sometimes.
Think about it. Squidward doesn't like his job.
Yeah.
He's just going to give me my money and go. He's going to put it in the drawer and put it back. Of course he'll trust SpongeBob. Of course he'll trust Squidward over SpongeBob. Squidward just wants to leave.
Yeah.
Squidward doesn't care. He just puts the money in the drawer.
Yeah.
And he also tells people if you can't pay, don't be here. If you don't like the food, get out.
Yeah, you're right. He's in the perfect place, like being in the front of the house.
I mean, there is a reason why in the SpongeBob movie with Neptune that Squidward was getting the title of manager over SpongeBob.
Oh my god. Oh.
So, hey, there's a reason why SpongeBob was not considered before Squidward. That's why Squidward was considered before SpongeBob. Just saying. But, even though he doesn't seem like he enjoys life, he likes the subtlety of life. He likes classical music, he likes to relax, but he's always getting interrupted by SpongeBob and Patrick. He's in the middle of two kids who drives him insane.
Yeah.
He can't have any happiness, any quiet moment without SpongeBob and Patrick doing some shenanigans that just provokes every nerve that he has.
Yeah. And the weirdest thing is, once he achieves it, the actual happiness in, there's an episode where he actually goes to a town where everyone lives like him, which is funny that then he actually craves for the unrest that SpongeBob and Patrick gives to him. And That's actually an interesting topic for how humans think about relaxing and like what is the maximum relaxing point you can handle before your brain goes weird.
Yeah. So here's why Squidward is the personification of wrath, for example. Being angry all the time. Being like super angry, taking your wrath out. In a superhero episode with Merman and the sidekick, he has a volcano. He had volcano powers.
Oh my god, yeah.
He had volcano powers.
I forgot. Was his name Krakatoa or something like that?
Krakatoa, something like that. And
yeah, like
he would explode. And that's what his power was. The volcano on the top of his head would explode, and the lava will go everywhere. He erupts magma, and then lava becomes outside. So his power is literally lava.
Mm-hmm.
A volcano.
Yeah, that was a funny one. He was actually low-key the strongest character in a sense.
Yeah, when he had the superpower.
That's actually funny, you know.
Well.
Yeah.
SpongeBob out of the sea, he also gained the same abilities he had in the cartoon.
Yeah, there was what did he have? He had like the elastic, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Elastic
it was a
boy.
little bit different. But like, he gets so angry with SpongeBob and Patrick. No wonder he can't have peace. He's playing his clarinet, and he ain't no loud and being disrespectful as neighbors.
Well, disrespectful. Well, let's say SpongeBob and Patrick are like way too much getting into his personal space.
Yes, that too.
I'm pretty sure that even Mr. Krabs will go mental. You know, like he would become, instead of greedy, he would become angry as well.
Yeah, I remember the episode. Oh, I remember the campfire episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they're talking about the different, like the staying in the circle, the lionfish is gonna get you type mentality. Squidward did everything in his willpower to not get into the circle, and he got punished for not getting into the circle. And SpongeBob is in the circle. Come on, you be safe. He was like absolutely refusing because he hates SpongeBob. And he paid for it like several times in the episode. Like you can't do this tradition, the lionfish will get you. You can't do this. If you step out, if you do that dance, the lionfish is gonna get you. And he got Squidward every single time that he did something that he wasn't supposed to do. And he did it to spite SpongeBob. They're not gonna come for me, and here they come for you.
Yeah, the only time I saw like SpongeBob, you know, and Squidward make up is like when actually Squidward stops giving a shit, you know, about whatever he enjoys, and when he's desperate, you know, like the episode with the pizza, Krusty Krab pizza.
Oh.
Yeah. Pizza. Yeah.
It's the pizza for you.
Pizza. Yeah, that was a funny one. That was great. Actually, the rock car, that was the most hilarious one.
It was like late at night. Squidward was hating his job even more. SpongeBob had to go deliver the pizza late at night, and it took him like so long to get the pizza back.
Yeah. That they didn't even want it. The guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. The funniest part is like, how does SpongeBob just can even drive a rock when he cannot drive a car?
He can't drive a rock, but he can drive the Krabby Patty mobile.
Yeah, that is like what? Why does it not even use a rock then?
Okay.
Why?
The rock. Okay, this is what I don't understand with the rock. It has no wheels. It has no steering wheel. But literally SpongeBob is literally operating like as if there's like imaginary wheel, imaginary gears, and imaginary pedal. I don't understand that.
Yeah, me neither. SpongeBob should drive a rock, and he should stop going to the driving light. I'm pretty sure he would be okay to drive with the cars.
I don't know. No, he is not okay driving other cars. Have you not seen him at the builders school trying to drive and then he wrecking everything at the school? Mrs. Puff getting stressed out because he can't drive.
Yeah, but the problem is he's driving a car in a sense, you know.
He's driving, but he can't drive. He can't get his license.
Well, he can't get his license because he always panics. But in fact, he knows everything.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so the funny part is like, give him a rock. It's better than a car.
And Squidward got so like, I think he got so mad. He pushed SpongeBob off the rock, and then he tried to drive the rock. He couldn't drive the rock, and then SpongeBob ran him over with the rock.
Yeah, that was
hilarious. He got mad again.
And then he got immediately friendly with SpongeBob. Yeah,
I feel
typical
so
Squidward.
bad for Squidward. He can't have fight. He had peace. He's just labeled as angry all the time or grumpy. He's either grumpy or angry when he's not at home relaxing. When he's in the restaurant, he's just grumpy. Bad attitude. He's literally an employee that will get fired, but Mr. Krabs doesn't care. And Mr. Krabs doesn't even care about SpongeBob either.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs cares only about one thing, so it's all.
He cares about saving money.
Yeah.
So if he pays them low enough, he won't care.
Now who are we gonna talk about next? It's either Patrick or I think SpongeBob, right?
Or Sandy Cheeks.
Oh, or Sandy Cheeks. But if we're going
Let's
into
talk
direction.
about Patrick, because
Patrick
annoys just as much as SpongeBob annoys Squidward. Sometimes more.
Yeah, Patrick is an interesting one. What I can say about Patrick is that his slothfulness is so deep into him that he even like I don't know how to put it. Like whatever he can do is nothing.
Yeah,
but even nothing. But even that nothing is like everything he can do.
And
so
he can barely apply himself.
Yeah, in a sense, he can overflow sometimes. That he can do everything.
Yes, there is that one episode. He's trying to write a one-hit song on the radio.
Oh, that one. I thought we were gonna talk about him being a scientist.
No, he ain't no scientist. He tried so hard to write a song. Smoke was coming outside the pineapple. Poor Squidward saw the smoke and was like, what the heck is going on? Why is there so much smoke? And then SpongeBob is like trying to go smoke away from the window.
Yeah, Patrick.
He wrote that all night, and then they finally recorded it. Climbed all the way up to the tower to play the song. And
it became a hit, right? Or I forgot.
It became a hit for the wrong reason. Because, I'm not kidding you, the song that he produced was so bad, it drove everyone's ears insane. They did everything they did to get out of their ears. They were wrecking cars. They were causing the entire town of Bikini Bottom to be in fire.
Okay, now I remember it. Yeah.
They got pitchforks and got a mob and went straight to the radio to get Patrick's song off the radio. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, Patrick is like the funniest character out of them all. Like, everything related to him goes wrong.
He tried that's so hard to write a song. And it's just so god awful. I never heard of a song causing violence in the streets and causing fires and mayhem.
Yeah, so proves you that if you're lazy enough, you can overachieve.
No, how about chaos?
Yeah. I mean, it's overachieving in a sense. He overachieved his goal.
Yeah.
It was so
He got
good, the song. That,
No, it was so bad that people couldn't stand it.
Well, bad or good, you can just flip the switch and it's gonna be good.
I mean, he was so happy dancing to his own song being played on the radio and had an opposite effect.
That was
Like,
hilarious.
There's so many moments that like he's just in his rock, and
he does nothing.
I remember
but watch TV.
Yeah, I remember when SpongeBob was helping clean out his house, and he literally found like sandwiches all moldy and sandy. He lost the remote, so he had to go fix the TV.
Wait, there's something I don't get. If everything, right? So there are some episodes where somehow they show like Patrick has furniture in house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything in his house is built out of sand, right?
I know.
So sometimes seeing a fridge, a white one, a metal fridge, it's like, what the hell, man? When did he get that? Or like I don't know, like what's its name? Or a chest, It's like, how does he make that? How does that magically appear?
How can the sand be so good that it's all these different applications?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. SpongeBob had to rebuild his entire house because Patrick was so lazy not to do it. He was literally watching TV while SpongeBob was cleaning his house, and SpongeBob was getting mad. Like SpongeBob was like, "You won't do this, I won't do this myself to help you out."
Yeah, Patrick also is the perfect dad, as we learned.
Everything for you, and you're me.
Yeah, also Patrick is the perfect dad, as we know.
Oh gosh! Oh no!
He goes to his job always and just comes back and then goes back to his job.
What job? He has no job. His job is literally go sleep.
Come on.
I'm not giving him much credit. The only times I can give him credit is when he gets lucky. And dumb luck is at play. That's it. Or this one time he has a good idea once in a blue moon.
Yeah, like move the problem somewhere else. That's the perfect idea for Patrick.
He doesn't apply himself. He relies on SpongeBob to do most of the stuff that he can't do.
But at least
he contributes. I can't say he contributes very little to the story. He contributes a lot to the story in SpongeBob. But he contributes very dumb humor. He's done with a pile of rocks, the rock that he lives in. Patrick Star is the definition of being dumb.
Dumb and lazy.
Dumb and lazy. Every lint in his belly button and everything from just all the things in his pants are like, why you have this room for this stuff? Like, come on.
Yeah. So now enough, I think, about Patrick. Let's just. I think
let's talk about Sandy Cheeks.
Oh, Sandy.
The squirrel that lives that just underwater for some odd reason.
I actually kind of forgot why she lives there.
I think she got lost or something.
Yeah, I forgot why she lives there. It's okay, I guess. The Sandy is like pride, of course, and everything for her is like her own. Everything she does is always proud of it. Like her athletic achievements, her country where she was born in, Texas, I guess, and also her scientific researches. So, like, she always brags about them as well.
Oh, she doesn't mind putting her pride aside for an experiment. She'll put her pride above achieving the experiment over people's safety. We see that countless of times in the show.
Yeah, and I love the episodes where it's either Patrick or SpongeBob who are her.
The guinea pigs.
The guinea pigs.
And it always goes
Especially-
wrong. Most of the time it goes wrong. And now they had to go fix it. Or
Yep.
it goes good until Patrick messes it up or SpongeBob messes it up. That's also another.
I think it's always Patrick. Patrick is the only one who has that.
Oh no,
special,
SpongeBob messes things up too. SpongeBob's always messing things up. It's just depending on how he's doing.
Oh right. Actually, I'm not sure if he messes things up because if you remember the winter episode in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where she goes to sleep and if she gets awakened, she becomes extremely angry.
Yes.
That one, yeah. So I think Patrick did a little whoopsie there by just ripping off the skin off her.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, I remember that. Oh. 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 Oh god.
I think most of the fails are probably related to Patrick. SpongeBob
Yeah, true.
obviously does sometimes, but mostly I think it's Patrick. No, Patrick always hits the red button. No, like even going to
he
space.
does.
I think I think it's Patrick. Patrick.
She's also super prideful about her karate. She's always beating SpongeBob up into like number one or into blocks and just completely demolishing him in any fight. She trained. Okay, for the episode, she trained SpongeBob how to fight, and SpongeBob is not getting it. SpongeBob is too weak to try to do a regiment routine, and then his little dumbbell exercise is really bunnies on a dumbbell and pick it up.
Yeah, SpongeBob's body is probably not even made for getting muscles.
Oh, but we had a random episode in the Food Gladiator episode where the restaurants choose a champion and go against each other.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, I don't know. That one is actually interesting how he got so strong.
So SpongeBob's the champion for the Krusty Krab. Patrick is the champion for Chum Bucket. They both compete against each other and they lose it. They don't want to test their friendship. And then they end up being a tie in the last fight and give it up. And everyone in the audience is booing them.
Boo. Yeah, and they just walk it off and then out of sunset. I actually expected something better as well.
They made fun of each other of what they realized the differences. Whose undergarments and which color they were wearing. SpongeBob was wearing pink, and Patrick was wearing yellow.
Yeah.
So at that moment, they realized they still cared about each other, and were still friends. But back to Sandy Cheeks.
Well, the Patrick, he always brings up a good explanation why everything is like the way it is.
Well, and he does that, but he's the one that caused it most of the time.
No. I mean, even for the episode where the championship for the two restaurants, So the last explication of why his like underwear were, I guess, pink. No, wait, yellow was just he just put it in the washer and forgot about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny how everything in a sense kind of works out for him, even though he doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, another thing that Sandy likes to say. She wants to explain everything through science.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the episode, she's bamboozled by believing in ghosts. She tries to prove that the ghosts are not real through science and can't explain it.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I remember that one. That was interesting.
She's bamboozled by the fact that she can't explain what's happening through science. And then towards the end, everything's revealed that it is a ghost. And she can't explain it. Like all the other times she was able to explain it, but she's like dumbfounded, this is not working. I can't explain this. What's happening? So her pride of not believing in the supernatural is another testament to how prideful she is about what she does and how she does it. Like she's like refusing to believe in ghosts until the very last minute, which is so unexplainable.
Yeah, I don't know what's his name in English. I forgot his name. The ghost guy, you know.
How that ghost? What, the Flying Dutchman?
Oh, the Dutchman. Oh, right. I just heard all the episodes in Russian.
She can't prove who the Flying Dutchman is, but she's saying that's not a ghost. It's not a ghost. There's a perfect logical explanation. The door opened because the wind was creaking and made the noise, and that's probably her footsteps. When you walk on the floor,
that was a funny one.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, all episodes are funny.
Any episode with her is like an added element that only she can bring.
Yep. And I guess there was like a funny way to when she was proven that ghosts exist, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of explaining it badly. So when the Dutchman, actually threw her in another dimension, that was a funny part, you know. Yeah. And then she actually understood what the hell it is, ghosts.
The ectoplasm, and then she went scientific Ghostbuster on us. That was interesting too. Like I think it was the episode she went scientific Ghostbuster.
Oh, I don't know. I think I didn't watch that one, I guess.
If I'm not mistaken, she's like either anti-ghost gear or something, anti-gear something. I don't remember. But her pride in science, athletics, and karate, and breathing underwater, and her constant using SpongeBob and Patrick as guinea pigs to sacrifice for her experiments is why she's prideful.
Yep.
So
who's the next one?
Before SpongeBob.
Wait, there's two more, I think.
There's Gary, SpongeBob's pet snail / personification.
Yeah, and there's two characters who actually fit into the personification of lust. Oh, I mean the gluttony. Sorry.
Gluttony, Mrs. Puff.
Yeah, Mrs. Puff and Gary.
But Gary is seen enough. We have an entire episode of him eating everything.
Overeating, mostly.
Overdulging.
Yeah.
And he was eating everything. Like he went around the entire house, ate the bed, he ate the house, he was eating. SpongeBob couldn't do anything but just ravage his appetite.
Well, actually, the problem was he wasn't fed at all. But he is always the personification of gluttony, because like I think it was actually Squidward's job to feed him, and I like how when he actually tried to feed him, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, Gary, even though he says meow a lot, he talks back to SpongeBob all the time. Meow.
Oh yeah.
Meow. Gary's.
Oh yeah, and then there was a dream. Gary's the most intellectual being, I think, in SpongeBob.
Yeah, he's more intellectual. Well, it's sad saying cheap and Plankton, but
well, I mean, he's more like the wise one. He's the wisest character. Yeah.
If Gary could talk, say "I told you so."
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah, of course.
Meow. He's in pain.
Yeah, Gary. I mean, there's not much to talk about Gary here, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Puff would fit as well because she always overeats. But even when she's overfed, she kind of knows when to stop.
Back to normal size.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if she kind of fits this one. She kind of fit, but also not really, because she can stop herself.
She reminds me of Luffy from One Piece, who eats everything big as a balloon and go back to normal size.
Yep.
But yeah,
Gary fits this. There's not much saying about this. Gary.
I really like Gary. I mean, he leaves a trail of slime everywhere he walks, and he just has a simple dialogue where you get so much character from him when he says it. Most of his interactions is with SpongeBob.
Yeah, he also can play violin, so yeah, cool.
Yeah, but he's just a ravenous appetite I can't get over.
Yep.
So that's why Mrs. Puff is on the list, because of his ravenous appetite. She didn't have, well, she had an episode where she overate, but Gary had an episode where he ate everything.
I think Gary has every time he overeats always, no?
Yeah, most of the time he does.
That covers how much gluttonous the whole character of Gary is. So our last one, I think it's SpongeBob.
Yes.
As well.
SpongeBob is lust.
Yep.
Now,
the same. Mm-hmm.
So lust can be different definition.
Yep.
SpongeBob is a desire to be the best cook, to be the best person, stuff like that.
Well, mostly, it's mostly that he enjoys everything in an orgasmic sense. I don't know, an ecstatic. So he's like over enjoying life or something like that.
Yeah.
So for him, like even the simplest thing. Yeah. He's always high. Yeah, he's always like a high person. So yeah, that's actually the definition of lust in a sense, being high in a sense. I guess.
Overly happy, overly indulging in happiness.
Well, overly happy is. I'm not sure if that's lust.
No, but like.
Over enjoyment, I think. Yeah.
Over enjoyment, over satisfaction.
Yep. Also, everything he does is also for his own satisfaction, I think, no?
Yeah, he does everything for his own satisfaction.
I haven't seen him do much for others. I don't know. Did he do stuff for others?
He does stuff for others, but he goes into the jellyfish hunting.
I don't know.
The bubbles, the entire episode of Bubble Man.
Mm-hmm. But usually it's it's for his own enjoyment.
He had his own copy of a fake SpongeBob.
Yeah.
With a pencil, and he's trying to do with that. And you see his cousin, and his mom, and his dad.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that every time his enjoyment is actually interrupted, that's the only time he gets angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for SpongeBob is literally lost, yeah.
And he had the King Jellyfish episode, that was funny.
Oh yeah, the King Jellyfish, oh.
The different bubbles and the Goofy Google movie.
Oh, well.
They're in an ice cream parlor and just eating up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get
I don't think I've watched that one.
That he had like a sugar high, a sugar drunkenness the next morning. He was asleep, passed out in the ice cream parlor.
Oh.
He was late to the job, remember?
I don't remember, kind of.
He was late to his job. He had like that drunk stage aftershave and everything. Oh, I stayed up too much. Oh, what happened last night? Like, all he did was overconsume ice cream.
Oh,
So,
I kind of don't remember that one, but
that's from the SpongeBob the movie, yeah. That's when the Neptune was introduced.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched the movie.
Yeah, but like,
I did play the game.
I don't know how
that's why I kind of
super high on life like that. It's just like, what? I mean, I know Patrick is super high on life too, but like not as much as SpongeBob is.
Well, Patrick is always like brought by SpongeBob.
True. By definition,
I haven't seen Patrick talk to anyone else other than SpongeBob.
There's no one can deal with Patrick. No one can deal with that sloth mentality. Only SpongeBob can.
Yeah. I mean,
he's lustful and he's sloth, so he can ignore his negative tendencies like Patrick. But Patrick enjoys his company with SpongeBob. Because that's the only thing giving him any substance.
Yep.
Is him hanging out with SpongeBob. It's bad, that you're such a sloppy person that you have to hang out with someone else just to have characterization?
Well, it's quite interesting that there is one part of SpongeBob, yeah, that completes Patrick, which is he always like tries to bring out more from Patrick, like make him a better person in a sense. So I think that's why Patrick actually sticks with him sometimes. Yeah. So even the episode when he actually tries to make Patrick think, yeah, and he actually becomes a cool scientist. And that's one achievement that I guess SpongeBob as well helped towards. No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and also the other one were to open the cap.
Oh gosh.
of the bottle. Yeah, the whole meme.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good meme. Yeah, that one brought a lot of memes, by the way. Yeah.
SpongeBob is just the meme king. I mean, at this point, is there not a meme about SpongeBob about some capacity about something? Like everything he said for the 7 Deadly Sins moment was a meme.
Of course, yeah.
So.
Yeah, SpongeBob, the whole series is like whole over exaggeration of everyone of everything that can happen. So
the satire of what you should do in life and how you should be and how you should act, all that.
Yeah. Interesting if there would be actual characters in life that actually behave like SpongeBob. Oh my God.
If people act like SpongeBob, we're in trouble. Yeah.
I would try to avoid all people that act like SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh! I want to have a Patrick. No, SpongeBob is way too much, and Patrick can only deal with him because he has nothing. He really has nothing to complain about.
Yeah, Patrick literally doesn't give a shit. Yeah, so that way he can only be his friend. Yeah, it's funny that you never see Patrick with Sandy usually by himself.
Oh no, Sandy! Oh gosh, Patrick would drive Sandy nuts.
Yeah.
I think it was an episode where he was by himself and he was just doing everything wrong in the lab, and he messed up everything.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny.
I remember that episode. He tried to find where he belonged, where he actually was able to do, and everyone could not deal with him. He go bug Patrick. He go bug Squidward. Squidward kicked him out. He go bug Sandy. Sandy kicked him out. Mr. Krabs gave him a chance. And then kicked him out because he messed him up, made him cost money. He broke stuff.
Yeah. Mr. Krabs just doesn't give a shit. Wait, Chumbucket, he was also given a chance at Chumbucket, right?
Yeah, and then Plankton tried to use him to get the formula, and he still messed that up.
I actually saw him succeed mostly there, which is fun.
Yeah, I know.
But then he failed, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously. He destroys everything.
The only times he's still flying through the walls and banging up everything. He's like the human wrecking ball. Oh my god. Well,
it's interesting that. Yeah, it's interesting. There's one interesting aspect of the whole way that all the characters, all the ways that the extreme characterization of 7 Deadly Sins that fits into them also make them work with each other in a sense,
Yeah.
Like they can't live without each other in a sense.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
True. And you didn't want to do this topic, but here you are. I'm not ready for this. No, please, no.
Man, that was embarrassing.
What?
I don't know. I guess
I
guess doing unusual stuff is embarrassing sometimes.
I mean, you got at least willing to try.
Yeah, of course. I guess.
All right, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been. This is an episode that I didn't really think would come to fruition without talking to Mac. So
there was a last chance episode.
What do you mean last chance? You will get another. No, you're getting more chances. Trust me.
No. I mean, like in the sense, like a last minute episode.
Oh yeah, this was
probably
definitely
misworded
last minute. Like
I misworded that badly.
Rambling about different things, and then somehow giving about SpongeBob and the 7 Deadly Sins, and then I'm like, screw it, let's do it. This is a great idea. It worked so well.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well,
that's our opinion and our analytical skills of SpongeBob and the 7 Deadly Sins rendition. Thank you for Mac. If you like him, please follow his Discord. He's open to DMs. He's very friendly, and he'll hopefully he won't program you like Plankton's wife is programmed to be his wife. So.
Oh my god. That's a nice project. Let's program a wife.
Alright guys, this concludes this episode. You can catch us on podcasts where you can catch podcasts near you. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're also on, you can find us on www.mcmapodcast.com, where we do all of it, we upload the episodes and content that way. And join us on the Patreon community, where you enjoy debating polls, vote for your particular favorite episode topics, propose an episode topic, be a special guest like Max as an opportunity. Also, be a sponsor for the podcast, pay an entire month, and be able to go beyond any fan. So there is that. But alright, see ya.
All right.
It was a nice episode. See you tuned. More episodes that coming to you. And NC Anime Podcast is over and out. Bye, guys.
This concludes another episode of MC Anime Podcast. MC Anime Podcast is available on podcast directories like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. We also have our website at mcanimepodcast.com. If you want to directly support us, then follow Patreon blog MC Anime. Finally, if you want services for hire, then we're available on Fiverr for audio and video production, graphic design, idea consulting, and blog and article writing.